Hi everyone, I'm Randall from Randall's ESL Cyber Listening Lab, and today what I'd like to do is give you an overview of some of the major changes that have taken place on my website during this past year, 2025, now that we're into 2026, and I think this video will be relevant well into the future so that people can see what has happened. I started my website in 1998, that was 28 years ago, and again, by far, some of the greatest changes have happened this past year. Some deal with content, some deal with functionality. So let's get right into them. What I want to do is I'm going to go over to the easy section and let's talk about content. So first of all, if I go down, one of the things that I used to do in the past is organize my content in alphabetical order. But now I've changed that. And so a lot of people have asked, I'm really looking for something related to work, jobs, travel, health, and so forth. And I had in the past listed further down here in alphabetical order, but that didn't really help people. So what I did is I organized them by content. So that's one of the biggest things that has changed. But in addition to that, in terms of content, what I've done is added a major section called grammar lessons. And of course, my website for many, many years has always been on listening and speaking. But I wanted to try to find threaded connections between listening and speaking and discussion and critical thinking. And so what I've done is I've created lessons at the beginning, intermediate, advanced level. Let me show you an example here. I'm going to scroll down at the beginning. Let's say count and non-count. And on each lesson, what it'll have a basic warm-up question. It'll have a listening in which you hear a monologue and you will listen to the grammatical structure being used in that monologue. You have a simple grammar focus to explain it, why this grammar matters for listening and speaking. Then there is a quiz that students can take to check their abilities. After that is a language game that students can actually practice. And then after that, there's listening and speaking practice as well. So that's a major change that I've done to my website. I also have a section on tricks, grammar tricks, and words that often have confusing meaning, like advice and advise. So those are two of the major sections, again, talking about the grammar lessons and reorganizing my material based on topic. I also have expanded my interview section. These are native speakers that are participating in a conversation. For example, what is success? You can come down and there is pre-listing questions. And this is actually another component that has been added to my website dealing with content is agree and disagree statements that can be used for independent learners, online classroom teaching, face-to-face teaching that lead into the actual listening task and then the videos as well. So grammar lessons, reorganization of the website, and additional interviews have been pretty big. And I've also been adding some social media reels. But let's talk about functionality because these are probably some of the most interesting aspects. Let me go back to easy. I'm going to go back to a fun day. And what people have asked again and again over the years is, can you slow down the audio? So now I have variable speed control. At different speeds, you can also click a back button that takes you back in the audio 5 seconds. And this is a major game changer, I think, for many teachers and students because when you're able to actually listen, slow down the audio, it certainly promotes retention. Variable speed control is big. The other thing I've added, which is really major, is under the transcripts, is this transcript section where the learner actually has ability to control the playback. So you do have, going down here, you have the transcript. You can still use the variable speed control. But many times people want to do shadowing or they're listening to the conversation.
Dad, I'm bored today. I want to go to a board today.
And they want to listen to that single word like bored, and you can click on it and it will actually allow you to go back, pinpoint the actual point that you really want to listen to, which I think it gives the ability to simultaneously improve your fluency, your pronunciation, and rhythm. You also have variable speed control as well. And that is probably some of the biggest functionality changes. We've added numerous other images that promote right here is with social media and on the website, dedicated to promoting conversation as well. And those are some of the major changes that are going on my website. Again, new content, new functionality specifically for controlling the audio playback, which is really huge. So take a look at my website, look around, see what can help you in your language learning. We've also done major revision of some of the formatting, the coding, and so forth. So the layout is a little bit better as well. So take a look. After 28 years, I'm still working on this. Who knows? Someday I'll retire, but not quite yet. Give it a try.